Hi, Grim Grim.
I made my grandma's porridge recipe, and then I had a side of eggs. I love eggs. And they're chewy.
Are they kind of like the McDonald's eggs?
Midsummer is only 2 days hence. I don't see how you can possibly be ready, Brother Jethro.
Fear not, old friend. Formal assures me that the stage will be ready this evening, and I've never known him to be wrong. Everything will be quite all right.
Cutting things close doesn't suit me. You know that. I'm a planner. I'm a philosopher. This whole business has my humors out of balance.
There, Brother Wilberforce. You just let me fret about the play, and you make sure the feast is perfect. I'm especially looking forward to that hot root sun salad.
The Scout Anthology?
Yes, quite right. There's much
and
to
then
be
I also
prepared.
have the Lost Legends
Friar
of
Randall
Redwall,
was concerned that the cheese and onion hogsbake was too heavy to follow the brazier leaks. He may be correct.
You see, there's far more need for your talents in the kitchen than out here. Let your old friend do what he's good at, making a fool of himself. Oh, my.
Very well, I'll take my leave. But please try to keep on schedule. You know how I worry.
Indeed, I do. Sister Edelweiss, I trust William won't perish before he has a chance to taste the good friar's blackberry crumble.
Boy, now. It's hard to say. 'Tis surely a bit of blackwater fever. Now I can't remedy with some nettles and wort, but that foul temper, now, that just might be fatal.
I'm not grumpy.
No? Boy, Yoki, then why in the sharp tongue when I asked for that filthy old wine glass? The rusty old thing is reeking with mould and mire. It's likely the cause of your fever for all the fuss it's bearing.
There's a mole.
Sorry, Grandfather. I found it in the library.
You're Nao. You drinkers as tonic, and you'll be out storming dark forest with all them's dibbins before a moon's turned her face this way.
And it's so cool and interesting.
No need to wait, lads. Carry on, and I'll be there shortly. Thank you for your legendary healing skills, sister. As always, we are in your debt.
We? I say it's just you who bees owing noi.
I know, I'm so excited for the Hobbit game.
Oh, I haven't seen this in ages. And such perfect timing, dear boy. Do you know who this weight glass belonged to, William?
Honest truth, I just thought it was another trinket you'd packed away for no good reason.
Trinket? Better. This was one of the trusty tools carried by the Lilygrove Scout Corps back when Clooney the Scourge, that wretched pirate, laid siege to Redwall Abbey. And it so happens that this very thing has a role to play in the story we'll be telling for the Abbot's celebration. I've written a play to share one of my lost legends with all of Redwall.
Badgers, moles, otters,
of course, everyone knows about Matthias and Constance and Basil Staghair, But few know
smaller,
about the
quote-unquote,
trio
nice
of brave
rodents,
woodlanders
in
from
real life,
Lillygrove
mice are
who
actually
played a
cannibalistic
crucial
little fucks,
role in those
and rats are
events.
sweet babies
Have
that
you
would harm
ever
nobody.
heard of Liam or Sophia Rivermouse?
No, but I don't suppose you could be telling me the story, since I'm bedridden and ailing, and might not live to see the play. Please?
Let's see. Where to begin? Yes.
Oh god, I remember one time
initiation.
in high school,
'Twas a frozen evening
our-
in
one of our
midwinter.
science teachers,
The
he
sky was
fucking
clear,
creep.
but for a
He
loosely
would come up
bound
behind
fleet
you and
of
rub your
easterly
shoulders.
clouds that wore the light of twilight.
Well, he would come up behind
and
me
earlier
and rub my
they
shoulders.
dusted the hollows of the weathered oaks with snow. A frosty breeze stirred
But
the
he
heavy
had me
logs
go
of
back
the
there, and I
cypresses
picked up a
wet
mouse. I was
needles,
like, I'm playing
and
with the mouse.
two
He's like, we're gonna
mice
feed him to the
warmed
snake.
their paws against the
Motherfucker.
January tune. Liam and Sophia were young, ambitious, and betrothed. Both had trained hard to join the ranks of the Lillygrove Scout Corps, a rather storied group of woodland rangers who kept safe the lands betwixt Mossflower Country and the mountain walls. The one had graduated that week
understand.
prior, and
I
now
didn't
it was
really
time
have
for
that
the
much of
other
an issue
to
with feeding the
prove
snake
their
bait.
mettle. Once initiated, they planned to wed, but that was not to be. Not yet, anyway.
Live mice?
Initiation night. It's finally happening. We've planned so long for this. And now that it's here, I'm not sure I'm ready.
I feel the same way. I haven't the faintest notion of what comes next. It's exciting, isn't it?
Yes. And frightening.
Alas, I am late. I hope you'll pardon. The fiery ring of devastation needed to be refueled.
When me and Nan first got together, we
I
actually
trust
got
neither of you
a pair
caused
of
a shiver.
rats.
I
We
was
called 'em
sick
Monster
with the
and
wretch for my
Fievel.
initiation. Didn't make a bit
They
of
were
difference.
sweet babies.
A scout needs to be
Fievel, like Fievel goes west.
no matter the situation. So, which one of you is in the dock this fine winter evening?
It's regardless. But Monster would hide in my hair, and Fievel would just run up and down my arm. And then I think Monster peed on Nan's shoulder once.
It's my turn, sir, and I'm ready.
Oh yeah.
Oh, are you now?
And I think
Liam, you kept our
we
initiation
only
rite
got
a
male
secret,
rats.
I trust. No spoiling the surprises.
No, sir. Not a word. On my honor.
It makes me a proud mouse to see youngsters like yourself continuing with the Scout Corps. In order to become a full
I
member
didn't
of
mind-
the Lillygrove Scout Corps, you must complete
Like,
a
I don't
series
mind-
of tests to prove you've got the
I
mettle.
had a
These are the things
rat
you've
as a
been
child
training for
called,
the last several
Ratzilla.
months, so I don't expect any surprises.
I can't wait for you to be a fully fledged scout, so... And guess what? I've convinced Coyle to let me oversee your trials myself. Captain Robin argued I'm too biased to give an accurate report on your skills, but I assured him I wouldn't go easy on you. So don't expect any freebies. Now, we'll start by heading to a nearby cave. It's treacherous, but nothing you can't handle. Plus, I'll be there to guide you. You'll do great. I know it. Oh, and before we go, take this. A proper scout's got to have an adventurer's journal.
Tuesday.
I thought you were staying to guide me.
I am. But you've got to complete them on your own. Don't worry, I'll be around, even if you can't see me. All right, Soph. Follow the cave to reach each of your tasks.
You don't want to go to what? Oh, PT? I'm sorry, love.
Ready for your first trial? All you've got to do is figure out a way to cross this gap. Psst. Great shot, Soph. Knocking the bridge over was the easy part, though. Now, onward to the next trial.
Oh, that wasn't so hard. No idea why I was so nervous. Or why I'm still nervous.
The mighty Sophia need not be nervous. The shining knight Liam is right at her side.
Oh, Liam.
Oh no.
All right, trial number 2. You've got to identify which flag your center's passing over.
But there's no wind in this cave. How am I supposed to...
Oh, but there is. Don't you feel the cool draft? As you well know, scent travels on the wind, and wind is almost everywhere, including these caves. Pay close attention, and you'll be able to sense the wind's motion all around you. It's almost as if you can see it. Watch the direction the wind is carrying your scent, and you'll never be caught unaware by your enemies. But ignore it, and anybody might come tracking you. That's the one! Perfect pick! When you're out in the wilds, don't forget to pay attention to where your scent is being carried. Making sure your scent doesn't drift into the nose of a foe could be the difference between life or death.
That's not good.
For your next task, you'll need to determine which of the doors have a rat hidden behind them. A fake rat, that is, and avoid them. Only one of the doors is free of any imposter. That's the one you've got to choose.
Find the rat, huh? Should be easy. Just got to use my nose. Aha! No rat behind here.
Excellent job, Soph. You won't be a rat snack tonight. Onward to trial number 4.
Oh my.
Are you sure that's what happened?
Here we'll be using our sniffer once again. First things first, take a good deep whiff of those peppers there. Focus on the aroma of spice. A bit pungent, slightly earthy. It's a good idea to log the scents you encounter in your scout journal for reference. Never know when you may need to sniff out the difference between a fishnet and a fellow mouse. Excellent. Hold that scent in your mind. Remember, it's written in your journal if you need a refresher. Now, we know sniffing can help us see the unseen. Oh, you've done it again, Soph. I don't know why we're even bothering with these trials, since you're so clearly an expert already.
Well, I do have a good instructor.
You'll need to once again shimmy along the wall to reach the final trial. But be careful. This one's got a twist.
How are you feeling? Any better?
Squidward is a squid. It's literally his name.
Okay.
Did they just call Squidward old?
I don't know. I have headphones on. I'm watching mukbang videos.
Watching what?
Choose wisely? What does that
Mukbang
mean,
videos,
Liam?
Your
it's a
final trial is a trial of stealth.
compilation vid.
You've got to use everything you've learned so far. Don't let the rats inside see or smell
I'm
you.
gonna leave the broom alone.
Luckily, us mice are quite small and vermin quite dull, so you should be able to sneak through without any trouble.
So, don't get caught by the rats, and then I'll finally be a scout?
That's right, Soph. You'll be an official protector of Lily Grove.
Choose wisely? What does that mean, Liam?
Your final trial is a trial of stealth. You've got to use everything you've learned so far. Don't let the rats inside see or smell you. Luckily, us mice are quite small and vermin quite dull, so you should be able to sneak through without any trouble.
So, don't get caught by the rats, and then I'll finally be a scout?
That's right, Soph. You'll be an official protector of Lily Grove.
You motherfucker.
Choose wisely? What does that mean, Liam?
Your final trial is a trial of stealth. You've got to use everything you've learned so far. Don't let the rats inside see or smell you. Luckily, us mice are quite small and vermin quite dull, so you should be able to sneak through without any trouble.
So, don't get caught by the rats, and then I'll finally be a scout?
That's right, Soph. You'll be an official protector of Lily Grove.
No, Ollie, not for you.
Yeah.
What's all this?
Congratulations, Sophia, our
I
newest
don't
member
work
of the
with people.
Lily Grove Scout Corps.
I passed?
I don't work
And
till
with flying
Sunday.
colours.
Excellent work, Initiate. Excellent work. I'm quite certain I couldn't have done any better myself. If I were carrying a sack full of dibbons.
Congratulations, Initiate.
I must confess that I was of the mind that you weren't quite ready. It was Captain
nice.
Robin who pushed for your somewhat expedited initiation. It would appear he saw something in you that I failed to. Until this evening, that is.
Ever since you were a Dibbin, Sophia, I thought you'd make an excellent scout, and you've never proven me wrong.
Thank you, sir. truly, it's an honor.
Having completed your training, the official badge and equipment of office are yours to bear. A way glass, a rucksack, and, of course, the blooming lily on your
Are
jacket.
you shredding it by hand?
It brings me great joy and a fair bit of pride to welcome you to the ancient
have an
family
electric
of the
mixer?
Lily Grove Scout Corps.
There's just one more thing you have to do before you can really call yourself a scout. Come with me, milady. Finally, you'll get to see Hilltop Camp and meet Rootsworth, our scout chef. He'll help you with the soup.
Soup? What's soup?
The Scouts are founded on principles of service and fellowship. As such, we crown each new initiate with cooking the Scouts' supper their first night here.
I've never been the chef, my sisters are, but I will give it everything I've got.
Having completed the various tests and tasks, Sophia found herself energized instead of weary. Yet, despite a still and restful heart, a frigid wind slowly began to pick up from the south, and the crickets stopped their song. Unknown to Annie and Lilygrove, a black-masted ship made landfall in secret. The shadow of a long and iron-barbed tail crept up upon the unsuspecting village.
Oh, yeah.
Welcome to Hilltop Camp, home of the Lily Grove Scouts.
Wow. It's even more amazing than you described it.
Why don't you pull out your way glass, and I'll give you the royal tour.
Sinister Squidward. It's a SpongeBob. Squidward's pissed off at everybody.
Oh, is it the one where he moves to another place? I don't really watch SpongeBob, but I do remember that episode.
No, it's a video game where he goes around murdering people.
Down there is our mighty talented chef, Rootsworth.
Markiplier's playing it.
Honestly, I have no idea why he chooses to cook for us humble scouts when he could be running the kitchens at Redwall. But I'm certainly not complaining. You'll be checking in with him after you've collected everything for tonight's soup.
I liked his older stuff a bit better.
That's the main tent. It's sort of like our very own Great Hall. We use it mostly for hosting guests from neighboring scout groups. We even have badger chairs for when the Coalstrike brothers visit from out west.
But everyone else, not really that interested in.
It's perfectly valid.
That there is the Lakeside Watchtower. Gives you a great view of camp, but not much else. The actual night watch I've mentioned is at the lookout, but that's, closed for construction tonight. Yeah. So, no peeking. Those tents are where the captains sleep. Since they're in charge of keeping the night fires and beacons roaring, they've pitched their stakes by the firewood store. Coyle snores like a chorus of toads, though. I don't know how Robin even gets a wink of sleep. Isn't that waterfall beautiful? You wouldn't guess when it's frozen over, but just up at its source is a hot spring. I can't wait to take you there one day.
Yeah.
It does wonders on sore muscles after a fierce day of training. Down there is our mighty talented chef, Rootsworth. Honestly, I have no idea why he chooses to cook for us humble scouts when he could be running the kitchens at Redwall. But I'm certainly not complaining. You'll be checking in with him after you've collected everything for tonight's soup.
Oh, yeah. What else do I need to look at?
Is Redwall a multiplayer game or is it only single player?
Pretty sure it's only single player.
Yeah, wearing gloves is definitely better.
Hmm.
Those are the Scouts' overnight tents. We don't need them often, but it's a nice little getaway for long training weekends. Well, that's most of Hilltop Camp for you. Oh, and if you ever come upon an odd pile of flat stones, just take a gander through your way glass. There may be something interesting to see you wouldn't have otherwise noticed. Now then, you've got a soup to cook, don't you? Here, Rootsworth gave me this recipe for you to follow. First, you'll need to collect 3 beets from the garden. No radishes. Rootsworth was rather insistent on that part. Your sniffer can tell you the difference. Second, you'll need a cob of corn.
That's quite the odd assortment. Do the Scouts not keep a pantry?
Part of initiation night is making the newest scout run around on a wild goose chase. Don't worry, it's all in good fun. Now, you'd better get searching.
Aren't you coming with?
Actually, I've got a, errand I need to run. So you'll have to finish preparing the soup on your own. If there's anything you want to talk about before I go, be sure to ask me now.
So, Liam, before you go...
Yes, Soph? What's on your mind?
I'm so excited for our celebration tonight, Liam. I only wish my father could join us.
Even though he isn't here, I know he's proud of you, Sophia.
Yes, if only my mother and sisters were as well.
I know it's hard feeling like, well, knowing your family isn't so supportive of the path you've taken in life.
I just wish they could see I'm not cut out to harvest crops all my life.
If it means anything, I'm really proud of you. And I think you're wonderful and full of bravery and compassion. Your mum and sisters will see someday that being a scout is exactly who you're supposed to be.
Just 3 days until the wedding. And right after the initiation. And everything is going to change.
Yes, but it's a good change. See, Sophia, I've been dreaming about making you my wife since the day we danced at the Name Day Festival. I'll never forget the way the roses smelled tucked behind your ear. Have a good night, my love.
I see the sweet aroma of jam caught your nose. Well, if you happen to spot any more of those little wicker baskets of jam around, be sure to grab it. We've got a bit of a contest going on with the other scout corps.
This beet is a bit pale, but it should do. A juicy red beet, fresh from the garden. This beet is a bit pale, but it should do. That's all I needed from the garden. Let's see, what's next?
corn, onion, potatoes for y'all.
Out of the kitchen, Ollie.
Got it. That wasn't so hard. Now then, what's left?
Chill the frick out.
we go. Fresh potatoes. These are some big onions. Oh, perfect for soup.
What onion in your salad?
What?
Corn on the cob. Ready for souping. Looks like that's all I needed from the obstacle course. Where to now? Yep, I've got everything. I better go check in with Rootsworth. I'm positively famished.
Hello, Fafia.
And might I add, you smell rather nice this evening. Is that honeysuckle?
Forgive me if that was a bit personal. My nose is rather sensitive.
Freebie always says you have a nose to rival any mole. Any tips for my own sniffer?
Freebie is wrong about my nose. Moles have the best sense of smell by an easy league.
I guess he is prone to exaggeration, still. You're a weathered scout.
Notice how scent moves with the wind over and around obstacles like stones and walls. Scent is never a straight line to its source. Wind and the world change its path. Things like flags and smoke are dead giveaways that the wind is active. If you really concentrate all of your senses, there's a lot you can learn. You can sense much more, sense farther, and... Best I not this.
Ah, here's our initiate now. Glad you finally made it.
Finally indeed. The moon's full up and we haven't even started the soup.
It took a bit to track down each ingredient, but here they are.
My. Then you've already finished your gathering. And here I thought you were dawdling about.
A few radishes had been mistakenly pulled from the garden, but with the help of Rootsworth and a dollop of rosemary, our young scout delivered a fine soup for the feast.
Is that your soup? You can still mix it up a bit more right now, but once the lid goes on top, you'll be done. And live or die with the consequences.
Yes, I think that's it. What do you think?
I think any meal is better than an empty stomach, and that no mouse is a master overnight. You gave it your best, and that's the point.
Ah, would you smell that? Simply scrumptious. Oh, you must be finished with your errands for this evening. Feel free to explore and socialize to your heart's content. When you're quite ready, ring the dinner bell, and we'll begin the festivities.
As the broth began to simmer and steam, the escaping sense told everyone camp exactly the choices she'd made, with or without their say, and the thought made her feel both vulnerable and powerful at the same time.
Captain, tell me more about this jam contest.
It's a scout tradition to stash these baskets around for the finding. And not just Lily Grove scouts, mind you, but all the scout corps around Mossflower.
You can have some
At the end of
extra.
each season, we compare our find to see who's got the most jam. And then Rootsworth bakes the winner the best pie you've ever tasted. Why, last spring, Coyle found so much jam that Rootsworth had to commission a special baking pan from the metalsmiths at Salamandastrum. So, if you happen to stumble upon any, be sure to grab them. We've won 4 seasons in a row, and I'm not about to let my scouts fall behind.
I'm certain a youngster such as yourself has better things to do than pester an old mouse and his pipe. All clear. Very well. Carry on.
And once again, I dropped the onion.
sure that's what happened?
Put the broom down.
Do you want onion in yours?
Girls.
The chicken salad. The chicken salad. You want onion in
With
or
all
not?
the fanfare Rootsworth could muster, a wondrous feast of quince pie, port-basted mushrooms, and a chutney of wild carrots and beets were served alongside the soup. Piles of barley toast and a stout-ribbed cheese. Ooh, warmed hayberry cordial and chilled mint tea wet all their tongues and lifted their spirits.
Sit down before
Last but
Tim
not
you off,
least
Susie.
was a lofty steamed pudding soaked in pear brandy and set aflame for quite dramatic effect. This was Mr. Coyle's fiery ring of devastation, a fitting, if dramatic, name. Truly, it was a mighty feast, and Sophia was congratulated many times on her fine stew. But her eye would always wander to Liam's empty chair.
My friends and fellow scouts, tonight we celebrate a new member of our brotherhood.
Sisterhood!
Yes, well, our family all the same. We've all admired your hard work, loyalty, and steadfast spirit. Well done. You entered this camp a nameless initiate. But now, after demonstrating your skill, we give you a new name, known only to yourself and your fellow scouts.
3 cheers for Sophia Rymaid! 3 cheers for Overwatch! Huzzah! Huzzah! Huzzah!
Stand now, scouts, and be sober in heart and in mind. Be without fear, malice, or cruelty. Be true to your word, your heart, and your fellow scouts. Be without guile, and speak the truth at all times, kindly if possible, directly in need. Love Lilygrove, the land, and safeguard any who sojourn in her borders. This is your oath, and we, your witnesses, share it with you.
As Captain Robin administered the oath, he saw how sorely troubled she was at Liam's absence. A wise mouse and fatherly, he brought her to the cliff and bid her spy the sexton's field. Through the magnifying lens, she saw her beloved finishing preparations for an even larger party that only waited for her imminent arrival. But alas, the party was never to happen. Not that night, not ever. Seen through the glass, a menacing shape stepped out of the shadows. It was a ragged and filthy rat, dressed in strange garb and wielding a wicked cutlass. Every beast ran as another rat stepped into the firelight, and then another. Suddenly, Liam was lunging forward with a fiery brand, catching the villain full on the snout and knocking it to the ground. Sophia was frozen with fear when Robin grabbed her by the shoulders and spoke most urgently.
I wish we had more time, but what you do this very moment is what makes you a scout. You have everything you need for this mission. Skills, tools, training, but most of all, you have courage. I bid you make haste to our village. Go to the lighthouse and fire the beacon. Be swift but silent, as you must not alert the raiders to our plan. Lend aid where you can, but you must not be captured. I will ready the militia and join you shortly. Every moment counts. Go now, swiftly!
Rather much, isn't it? They're just rats. Those bandits have tried to get in here dozens of times.
William, there you are quite wrong. Redwall has been captured before. Even the great fortress of Salamanderstron has been captured by vermin. We should never underestimate the villains who seek our enslavement. It surely leads to defeat. But more importantly, Lily Grove is no fortress. It's a small village with no wall and few warriors. And these were not scattered brigands, but vicious sea rats pirating under the banner of Clooney, the Scourge.
Watch out. Santa Claus is already gone.
Heart pounding, the newest scout raced toward the besieged town on a mission to light the beacon atop the decrepit old lighthouse that hadn't burned in ages. Every moment mattered, but remaining undiscovered mattered even more.
hear something? What is that? Church bells?
Let me have a something weird in my sniffer. I swear it's...
You're just imagining it.
No, for real. You hear that? Sounds like twinkle bells.
Twinkle bells?
Game, you know, like Redwall the book series?
Yes.
I didn't know they made games for it.
I think there's only like 3 games. There is Lost Legends of Redwall, the Scout Anthology, Lost Legends of Redwall, Feasts and Friends, and Lost Legends of Redwall, the Gloomer. The Gloomer is a text game. You basically type out what you're doing and it follows it from there. I have it on my phone. It's really interesting because it takes from Mossflower, the Gloomer, the water rat that fucking fought Stormfin. It basically expands on that story and just you have to escape it while you're under Cotier. Lost.
Can you find it on the Google Play Store?
Yeah.
What's it called?
Lost Legends of Redwall, the Gloomer. I think it's like, I think you have to purchase it, but it's like $2. Lost Legends of Redwall, the Anthology, and Feasts and Friends takes place during the attack of Clooney the Scourge from Redwall.
Is it way too much curry?
If you hop on my Twitch, you should be able to watch me play it. now, Luna. Why'd you break it?
That's not how it ends.
No.
Does not go on your neck. It is a bracelet, nothing more. Yeah. It would kill you if it was put on your neck.
The whole Rymade lineage is buried there. So many. And my father... Thank Martin. The rats seem to have left Friar Thomas's house unharmed.
Our fresh scout found themselves with a curious dilemma. Was it worth taking the time to somehow save the good friar's home, or was it more prudent to slip unnoticed towards Lilligrove and onward to the lighthouse?
I once heard you say, the needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few or the one. Is that what you're getting at?
Just a swipe, a little light, a spark, even a call. Sure, I ain't no charity.
All here, planning a party for me. I hope every one of the Lilligrove has made it out all right.
How's that? How's that? How am I normal? Blasphemy. William got the couch. Poor boy.
Whoever's hitting that bell, with it! We haven't got time for nonsense! Corruption's dangerous.
I'm
All
thinking
these
that.
mouses keep their lords up in a tree. We risk us climbing up and down that ladder of logs.
gonna get all 3 of them out. Yeah, okay.
Whoever's in that belt, with it. We haven't got time for nonsense. Whoever's in that belt, with it. We haven't got time for nonsense. Whoever's in that belt, with it. We haven't got time for nonsense.
There we go. Stop. Okay. Not right now, William. I'm playing a game. As a mouse, yes. A mouse. Mm-hmm. Nope. I'm a young mouse. See, look.
That looks like one of those
Friar Thomas, are you all right?
Dear me. I'm not sure. Quite shaken, to be sure, but alive. Unless we both got onto the dark forest unawares. Yes, yes. Remarkable. Saved us all with that quick wit and even quicker firebrand. None of us would have made it otherwise. Yes, yes. I'm still here at Sexton's Hill, though. I haven't. I'm quite happy, to be sure. You can always count on this place for rest and good counsel.
Where did the rats come?
Sea rats, by the looks of them. Fish. Pirates, really. I've seen their kind regularly when I was near the coast. But these corsairs are far too inland. I can't imagine what...
Come now. Let me help you to your feet.
Thank you, child.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Wait, what? SpongeBob, what are you doing on there? Why are you doing the water stuff?
Boy, chill out.
Surveying the broken remains of her graduation party, Sophia was struck by several emotions at once. Anger, sadness, fear, and indignation. They all rose up in her heart together. But the strongest of all was the grim awareness that it was less than an hour ago that she was recklessly longing for adventure, only to find that Captain Robin was right. Living it was quite different than she'd imagined. Once he'd gathered his wits, the sexton told a tale of how he'd been full front for the Corsair's sneak attack, and also for Liam's courageous defense. Seeing her concerned, the wizened old friar assured her that Liam was quite all right, and how he'd drawn the beast away, allowing several villagers to escape in the ancient catacombs beneath Sexton's Hill. Sophia was filled with pride for her brave betrothed Liam, but worried to learn that he insisted on running headlong into town to fend off the raiders. As the two mice peered northward with Sophia's new way glass, They spied a growing chaos of frightened mice and pillaging pirates, but Liam was nowhere to be seen. Even worse, gathering to the south, they could see a long line of marching rats. The bulk of the attacking force was less than an hour's march away. With the road blocked and no cover, there was no way Sophia could reach the lighthouse that way and remain undetected. But then the gentle friar revealed a secret passage in the crypts that led to a twisting maze of vaults and halls beneath the village. Perhaps the subterranean path would get Sophia down to the water's edge. Handing her a lantern, the friar's last words hung in her heart like dead weight. Hurry, lass. Liam is down there somewhere, and he's alone.
If time was so important, then why'd they take the safe and slow path? I'd have run right into town and shown those brutish vermin what a mouse is made of.
Remember, my boy, she had no weapon. And even if she had a sword, she'd never been trained. Those wretched vermin were practiced killers and would likely have split her hide like a gourd given the chance. Stealth was her only option.
Remember your training. Most beasts only rarely look up. Hide up high, move low, and slow.
Bathed in silver moonlight, the Lily Grove catacombs stood as a grand, if dusty, example of the craftsmanship of the moles. Long centuries before the spectacular vault was built by the mighty Roomborough clan in celebration and gratitude of all that Lily Grove had become in its heyday, which even then was long, long ago. And though its splendor had faded in the steady flow of time, it was and still is one of the most majestic sights in all of Mossflower Country.
Oh my, thank the stars, it's so good to see. Hold now, aren't you one of the Rye Maid girls? What are you doing dressed as a scout?
Mrs. Ivywayne, I am a scout. I just graduated this evening for your information.
Oh dear me, I didn't mean to offend, my dear. I just didn't expect. Well, no matter. You're here now. Whatever are you going to do?
Me? Well, I'm not quite sure. This is all happening so quickly. But I'll do my best to uphold my oath. You can count on me.
I see.
Here, Miss Ivywayne. I'll crank you up to your shop cellar using this.
Up and down them circle stairs. I battle snap before night see, just you see. No, plenty of strong, feisty hair down here. That'll do. that you? I got you now.
Quit stalling! I want to know what happened.
Anyway,
I still loot up and down them circle stairs. My back will snap before night's in, just you see. No matter, plenty of straw. I still down here. Boy, you.
battle balls.
Tell it right, Grandpa.
I still loot up and down them circle stairs. My back will snap before night's in, just you see. No matter, plenty of straw. I still down here. That'll do.
Yep, still here. Yeah, that's how dog farts smell.
Quite impressive, says I. Some sensual handiwork in the corbels and pillory. A bit of Gothic, some
Under the door.
Romanesque, and a wee touch of Byzantium. Very tasteful. Very yellow.
Dibbins grape. Oh, children who hid here. And I am cutting this here. Quit. Main menu. extra. Da da da! Thank you all for coming.